Hello, guys. This is Justin, and this is my review of Guardians of the Galaxy. The movie is the final movie of Marvel's Phase 2 that'll lead up to the Avengers 2. Phase 2 consisted of Iron Man 3, Thor the Dark World, and Captain America the Winter Soldier. The movie stars Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Bradley Cooper, and Vin Diesel. The movie is about Peter Quill, aka Star Lord, and he's tomb raiding, and he finds this little orb thing. It's purple and it fucks people up. When he gets into a misunderstanding with Gamora, played by Zoe Saldana, they chase each other, and then Rocket, played by Bradley Cooper, or voiced by Bradley Cooper, and his partner Groot, voiced by Vin Diesel, they also get in the mix of things, and they get arrested, and they get sent to prison, where they end up meeting Drax the Destroyer, played by Dave Bautista. They all have one thing in common. They don't like this guy named Ronan. He serves under the loyalty of Thanos, who we finally see, instead of just a cock back and smirk, we actually see what he looks like, how big he is, how tall he is, and what he sounds like. And Ronan steals this orb, and he has really awesome power. And it's up to these 5 guys to find Ronan, stop him, and stop the galaxy from being wiped out. Now, I don't want to get into too much gory details. I think I kind of did, just a little bit. You know, they do show Thanos twice in the movie. I guess that's not really a spoiler. If you don't know, if you haven't seen any of my other videos, or don't follow me on my Twitter account, I am a huge fan of Marvel. In fact, I have been a fan of theirs for years and years, way before they were doing the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But I love their movies. I love where they're going with their movies. And when I heard that they were going to do a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, I thought that's going to be tough, because that's basically a B version of the Avengers. Nobody knows who they are, and whenever you take something into outer space, you're going to get probably mixed reaction from a lot of people. But I am very happy to say that Marvel's biggest gamble turned out to be an amazing gamble. This movie is really awesome. It may not be perfect, but it is really awesome. Let me start out with how funny this movie is. If it wasn't for Chris Pratt, who plays Peter Quill, and if it wasn't for Rocket, oh my god, and maybe Groot too, but oh my god, the humor comes from those two alone. But everybody's funny in the movie. I like the way the movie looks too. It's very cool looking, very spacey looking. It kind of reminds me of like an old Star Wars movie mixed in with Indiana Jones. Kind of mixes in with that new age Star Trek that we have. I like some of the characters in the movie. I think that Chris Pratt as Peter Quill, excuse me, he's amazing. I think because he lost a ton of weight, I think he really took this role seriously, and I bought him as this cocky asshole who kind of reminds me of Han Solo mixed in with Indiana Jones in a way. He's cool. Zoe Saldana, who plays Gamora, God, she's fucking hot. She's hot. And it's not because she's green. I mean, I always thought that Zoe Saldana was really hot. But here, man, oh my god. Dave Bautista, who plays Drax, I love the whole thing with him being like literal. Like he takes everything so seriously, and that's what makes him funny. And as for Rocket and Groot, they're a good combo. They have a lot of awe moments in the movie. I will say that probably the only downside of the movie is the villain, Ronan. I mean, I just thought that he was really bland. I thought that he was boring. Like, he had, like, no weight to him at all. I thought that it should have focused on the real evil, which is Thanos. But I guess that they want to save that up until later on when either they do Guardians 2 or the Avengers 3. So I guess, I mean, it's good that he's in there, so now that we know what he looks like and what he sounds like, and I think Josh Brolin, who plays Thanos, I think is going to do a really good job. I think some of the drama at the end, I think it felt kind of forced. Like, when all those, like, people were from Xandar were dying, and I was like, I don't feel any emotional connection to any of these people dying. Like, we don't see a lot of John C. Reilly's character. We don't see a lot of Glenn Close's character. I'm like, that's kind of dumb. But then again, the movie's not about them. It's about the Guardians. And I think the Guardians are very... I think they have a lot of good chemistry. Like, they feed off of each other. It's kind of like how the first Avengers did it, where they started off not liking each other, like, at all. But as the movie progresses, they do. And here, it's just like that, except it's not as long as the Avengers is. I was shocked when I found out that James Gunn was actually directing this, and he wrote it too. Because I'm not really a huge James Gunn fan, but he really surprised me, and I think that he should be more involved with future Marvel projects, because I think he's really good. There's not really much to add on to that, because I don't want to give too much away. I will say this, though, to save people's time. If you go to see the movie, if you stick around for the end credit scene, it's not worth it. I mean, if you're hoping for something that's going to lead up to the Avengers Age of Ultron, no. They show something that is Marvel related, but if you're not a Marvel fan, you're not going to get it at all. So I would say just don't stick around, don't waste your time. But other than that, I think that this is a very good, entertaining movie. I think it's funny. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of... Oh, and Michael Brooker's in this movie too. Merle from The Walking Dead. And he's just as awesome as he is in The Walking Dead. And he's just as awesome as he is in this movie. He is really funny. He plays the country dude really well. But, yeah, that's about it. I'm going to give Guardians of the Galaxy a thumbs up. I'm not going to give it 2 thumbs up, because I don't think it is perfect. But for what it is, the big gamble that Marvel took to make this connected to the Avengers movies was really ballsy, and I think they did a really good job of introducing a new world that doesn't feel so confusing, villains that don't feel so confusing, characters that are not confusing. It all feels good. It feels what's the word I'm looking for? Organic. And I just like that about Marvel. I think Marvel has it down when it comes to movies lately. I think Sony's falling apart. I think Warner Brothers is falling apart. I think even though Fox does have X-Men Days of Future Past and the X-Men movies in general, I still think that they are eons behind what Marvel's doing. They're doing an amazing job. And I think if you have any worry about this in a movie, just toss it aside, because this is a really entertaining movie and you should go watch it. Well, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope I cleared some things up. I made some good points. Yes, so now we have to wait until the Avengers 2, which comes out next year. Bummer. But thank you so much for watching. If you like my videos, you can like this. You can comment on mine, whether it's good or bad. I always like opinions, and I'm a fair-minded man. If you want to follow me on my Twitter account, it'll be in the description, as it always is. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Justin Salat. Take care.